Right, so let's quickly summarize of what we have discussed yesterday. We've seen a few new T codes like SM30 and SC16N and SC14, three T codes. So first, SC11 is the T code to go to DDIC. This is the DDIC, and SC16N is used to display the table data. This is one T code to display my table data, and SE14 is used to adjust my table. If there are any inconsistencies in the table, then those can be adjusted by using SE14. So we've created one table, that is employee data one, in which first field is a mandate field. So we give mandate field whenever we want to restrict the data only to specific client. For example, this is 500 client, I want to restrict the data to only this client, then I'll use mandate. If not, I'll not. So, but mostly 90% of the cases, whenever you create a custom table, you will use mandate in your projects. Right, then we have added these many number of fields, wherein we've seen the purpose of a data element is to have a field label here, so that this field label can be visible in SM30 maintenance. If this is not maintained here, then you will see plus symbols instead of actual column name. Then we've also seen what is the purpose of our domain. So domain is used to have the case sensitive text. So the main purpose is to have a data type here, but we can also do an inline declaration of the data type like we did char 10, char 30, right? But more advantages of having it because of the case sensitiveness. So here I can directly write char 30, even that will work, but we will not have the domain. So we will not have the data element, so there is no field label. If there is no domain, we cannot make it case sensitive. Right, then technical settings, wherein we have seen the data class which should be selected depending on the type of data, size, category, buffering and all. Then we've seen the database specific properties, column, row, or undefined. Normally we'll still use column store in HANA systems. Then we have seen how to create the table maintenance generator like this. So authorization group should be NC, and mostly we should use one step maintenance type only, because with this we can maintain multiple entry multiple entries at the same time. And recording routine, the first option should be selected standard recording routine whenever a TR is needed to move the changes from development system to production system. The second radio button should be selected when user asks that they want to maintain the data directly in production system without any TR. So this is what we've seen yesterday. We've also seen how to pull this data, like how to save this data, in an Excel sheet. So how do we do it? First, we'll have to go to SC16 and give our table name here. Click on enter. Then you will get your fields here. So from here, you can pass any entry, and you can click on execute. You will get only one entry in that case. See, like, I mean, corresponding entries. All the 1 to 3 employee numbers are here. Or if I do not specify anything here, but directly execute, I'll get all the data in my table. Then by using this icon, that is the export icon, I can click on spreadsheet. It will give me a Excel file of my whole table. So this is what we have discussed yesterday. Oh, we have also seen multi-level relationship, like multiple key relationship too, like this. So when you have duplicate data in one column, it will accept it if you are having multiple primary keys, because it will now search in row wise instead of column wise. Now it will search row wise, like 1 2 3 Mohit. 1 2 3 Mohit it will not accept, but 1 2 3 anything else it will accept. Right, that is the primary key relationship with multiple fields. Yeah, so today there is a thing called as a foreign key relationship. Okay, so we create these foreign key relationships whenever we want to join two tables, right? There is an A table, there is a B table. So the data from A table is limited, and data, for example, let's take about employee data only. So for one employee there could be large number of data, right? For example, we have seen these things, but there is also information like address, city, state, salary details, etc. There are many details, right? So at times it's not completely feasible to maintain everything in a single table, right? So, and under custom tables, yes, because see, as a whenever you create any custom table, mostly you will never ever create any foreign key relationship. The only purpose of discussing this foreign key relationship is because most of the standard tables that are available in the system uses this relationship. So we just need to be aware of what is this foreign key relationship and how to reuse these things in our customizations. Okay. So for example, this is my primary table. Here you see it is transparent table. So yeah, as I said in the second class, in HANA system there is only one category of table, that is a transparent table. So in ECC system, if let me give you one example on how the pooled table looks like. For example, BSCG. This is a standard table. Okay, BSEC. This is also called as BSEC. This is related to accounting. So if you see this table in HANA system, this will be a transparent table. Here you see transparent table. But if you open this same table in ECC system, here it will be written as pooled table, right? Pooled table. So that is a key difference. So although the tables are retained in HANA system, the property of this is changed to transparent table instead of pooled and cluster tables, right? So that is the main purpose of it. Then okay, firstly, yeah, this is my coming back to what I was saying. Yeah, right, foreign key relationship. So it is used to join multiple tables. So consider this as my primary table, in which I'll have some employee related data. So I now want to create a secondary table in which I want to store my employees address details. For example, state and city. I want to store the state and city of my employee. For that purpose, what I'll do is I'll create a new table. So I'll put employee ADDR address. So 1. Okay, I'll click on create. Address table. I'll give the delivery class as A. I'll give it as allowed. Then I'll go to fields. Here first field is mandate. It should be a key and initial. Then the data element for mandate it is also mandate. And first, see, whenever you are creating this relationship now, there should be at least one common field between our both the tables. So I'll pick my employee number as common field in both the tables. So here I'll write emp underscore no. Okay, and I'll try to reuse my existing data elements instead of creating one. Okay, so I'll put z. What was that? Not. So this one I have created for my primary table. I'll reuse the same data element instead of creating a new one. Then I'll put city. I don't want this to be a key field because city can be repeated. So here I'll had to create, or let's see if there is a data existing. Yeah, this city is already existing. Someone else has created it. I didn't create it. Right. So we've used local object for the older table, right? Primary table. So now let's try to put it in a TR. So just wanted to show you both local object and TR. For local object, we'll just click on this local object. For TR, we'll have to specify a package here. So we have created a package in our first class, right? Z ABAP is our not Z ABAP. What was it? One, I think 1 minute. See, it just have happened. This is a package that we created. So let's try to store this object in the same package. See, if you observe, this package is completely empty. There is nothing inside it because after creating, we didn't put anything in this package, right? So now you see. So I'm giving this package name here, ztest abap, and I'll click on save. See, now it is asking for a TR again. So this is my older TR in which my package is saved. So you can either reuse the same TR or you can create a new TR by clicking on create. So now I'll try to create a new TR. Here I'll write some description, address, data. Normally this will be different depending upon your project. They'll ask you to maintain some short description. They'll get you on how to maintain this. As per that, you have to give your short description of the transport request. Then you click on save. See, it created a new TR for me now. It's a workbench request. You see, prompt for local workbench request. Click on OK. Done. So this data element is already existing and the domain is also existing. Fine. So we'll reuse this. Then I'll put state. Right, this state is also existing in the system. There is a domain also for it. Perfect. Right, so everything is already existing. Then we'll have to go to our technical settings, and here appl1 size category should always be 0. Then I don't want to log any changes. I want to keep it as a column store table only, so I'll not change it. Then I click on save. So it's saved. Go back and click on activate. There are warnings. So warning is because of my enhancement category for table is missing. I don't want to build an enhancement category for it. Let it be. I want the warning to be there because I want to show you that warning doesn't matter. Even if you are getting warnings when you are creating or activating any object in SAP, warnings doesn't matter. It will not stop your functionality. So in our primary table, in this primary table, we have removed all our errors. So when we activate it, we will not get any errors, we will not get any warnings, we will not get any information messages. But here I'm just leaving it with the warning message. It's cool even if you're getting the enhancement category warning message, right? So now to create a foreign key relationship, that means in order to for me to join this employee address table and my employee primary table, I'll have to create a foreign key relationship for my secondary table. So this is my secondary table, this is my primary table, right? So from here I'll have to create the relationship. So first we'll have to open our secondary table in change mode. See, I'm in change table mode, and here there is an icon, right? Foreign keys, just left side of your search. Here, this one, this is foreign keys. So we'll have to first select the field on which is the common field in between these two. Mandate is also common field, but we should not create from mandate. So employee number and employee number, these two are common in my both the tables. So I'll select this and I'll click on foreign keys. So here you see it's asking for check table. Check table is nothing but our primary table. Okay, here so we'll give the primary table name. Right, this is my check table. Then click on enter. Create, which is check table created or changed. Create proposal for the field assignment. Yes, cannot be fulfilled. Okay, see, now I've got all the key fields from my check table. This is my check table, correct? I mean primary table. This is my primary table. I have 3 key fields. So all those key fields are here now, right? So this is how it works. So in short text, I'll just give relation between employee header and address table, right? Then I'll click on just copy. Nothing else is required. See, which is foreign key was applied. So now the relationship is applied between my no, this table to my primary table. So I'll click on activate now. Warnings, that is the enhancement category which we can ignore. Then we'll have to go to TMG. So TMG should be created only after the complete table is created, right? After activating the table. So if you feel there will be again some differences, again you will be changing your table, then do not create a TMG, because whenever you change anything in your table, you'll have to delete your TMG and recreate it. So I'll go to TMG. Here I'll give the authorization group. I'll give the function group that is of the same name of the table. One step, one screen. I'll prefer no user because I don't want it here. Click on create. Then see, again it's asking for a package. I'll use the same package. I'll click on save. So the TR will be prompted only when you are saving in a package. In your local package or temporary packages, it will not ask for any TR. So since I'm using normal package, it is asking for the TR. Right, it's created, request completed successfully. So go back. So now let's see if my objects are saved inside my package or not. So SE80 is the T code for seeing the package. It's called Object Navigator. You see, earlier it was empty. Our Z-test ABAP was empty, but now see, I have a table. I have a function group in this. So this is the table which I have saved. See, and this is a function group that I've saved. So inside the function group, there will be these things. These are all auto created. You don't need to worry about all these things, right? So we only created this. We only created this function group. From here, we gave the function group. Now, this function group. This function group is created, and this table is created. So I gave the same name for function group and table, right? So that's why. So even from here also I can navigate to my table. If I double click here, see, it will take me to the technical. So this is a technical setting, so it took me to table, technical settings of table. If I double click on this, see, it took me to table here. So even if I click on function group, it will take me to function group. This is a function group, right? Even from here also you can navigate to your objects from SC80 also. Okay, now going back. Let me go to SM30 now. Let's remove this duplicate data first. Okay, since we have added some duplicate data into it, like the 1 2 3 and all we have added now, so let's remove that data. We'll click on maintain. So if you see, so the ones that are not grayed out, see the ones that are in white color here, these are all editable fields because these are non-key fields. So once you create an entry, the key fields cannot be changed. So if I want to edit it, I cannot edit it, right? I, instead of Shruti, I want to put some Swati here, it will not accept it. But if I want, instead of Patil, if I want to put something else, it will accept, right? See, right? Instead of Patil, if I want to put Pandey, it will accept it, right? But the key fields cannot be changed. So whenever, if you feel like you've created incorrect entry, so you cannot correct it, then what you have to do is you have to select that entry and click on remove entry. So here I want to remove my duplicate entries. For example, 1 2 3 I've written 3 times, right? So I'll remove this. See, it says number of related entries is 2. So now all my employee numbers are unique because I want to create entries in my text table. That is the reason I've removed this. So I click on save. Data was saved. So this is how it's done. So it's fine even if my employee name repeats itself. So I'll get, yeah, I'll go back now. Let me go to my new table, like that secondary table which I created. ADDR1 maintain. So ideally it should be empty, right? So here if I go to new entry, I'll give 1 2 3. I'll give the city name as Hyderabad. I'll give the state as Telangana. What's this? Oh, someone I think used. Don't worry. It's called a search help. Since we have used an existing one, someone else have I think already created the search help for it. Yeah. Let's not reuse this then because we are not yet till that topic, search help topic and all, right? So state one. Let me create a new data element and domain for it. Yeah. So I made table level changes, so I'll have to again delete my TMG. Done. So now if I go to, okay, we are back here. So I'll click on new entry again. So I'll give 123. I'll give the state as Hyderabad, give the state as Telangana, right? So I'll click on save. It's saved. So see, if you observe, when I'm taking my cursor to Hyderabad and sorry, I mean city and state columns, it's not. I'm not getting anything here, right? I'm not getting any help, F4 help or search help, I said. But for employee number, you see, I'm getting this icon, but here and here, I'm not getting it, right? Only for employee number, I'm getting it. So let's see what happens if I click on it. See, if I click on it, it will show me all the entries that are there in my primary table. These are the same entries that are there in my primary table, correct? Where is it? Just close this off. Yeah, this is my primary table. If I execute this, see, the same number of entries that are there here are visible here, right? So six entries found, it says six entries found. Here also I have how many entries? Number of it six entries. All the entries that are there in the primary table are coming up in my secondary table. So this relationship will act as a security, like or validation to our data. For example, I can only enter these values in my employee number. For example, if I want to add address of an employee that is not available in my primary table, okay, that means I want to create an employee address data for which the employees is not existing in this table, right? So if I put 657, which is not there in my table, which is not there in my primary table, I'll put the city also. Um, Bangalore, Karnataka. Okay, if I put it and if I click on, if I try to save it now, see what happens. See, it says entry 657 does not exist in employee data 1, right? So this is the purpose of foreign key relationship. It will maintain a unique relationship between different tables by comparing one field on which you have created your foreign key relationship, right? On which field did we create the foreign key relationship? In my secondary table on the employee number, correct? So we've selected this and we went to foreign key. See, this is my foreign key relationship that is already there in my on my employee number field. Since I have it on the employee number field, this F4 help here is coming up on my employee number field. So I can only give the entries that are already there in this table. I cannot give anything else. If I try to put 234, see 234 Bangalore and Karnataka, click on enter, see data was saved. Now it took. Why? Because this 1234 was already existing in the system. So we can maintain similar way for all the ones too. For example, 456. I'll make it Chennai. So this is the whole purpose of our foreign key relationship or check table relationship. Alright, this is how it works. Again, you see, since I've used case sensitive here, it took capital and small. But since for this domain there is no case sensitive, we reused the city. It's all in capitals. So this is the main purpose of our foreign key relationship. It uses or it establishes a connection between my primary and secondary table such that we can only enter valid data in my secondary table, which is already there in my primary table. So whenever you try to maintain any data in secondary table, it will first check whether this entry that the user is trying to give, is it available in my primary table or not. If it is not available, then it will throw an error saying entry does not exist in the check table, or the table name, it's not existing. That's what it will, that's the error it will try to give. Yeah, any doubts on foreign key relationship, anyone? Okay, great. Okay, so moving on, since we have seen a glance of, earlier when when we were trying to maintain the data, I got a drop down here. So here I've got a drop down, and I couldn't give Telangana here. I was only able to give few state names that were already there in that already there in that drop down. So now let's see how to add that drop down in my table maintenance. So we add these kind of drop downs whenever we want to restrict the user to only enter data with respect to that particular hard coded values that you gave. So let me just go back to my again, I want to add it in my secondary table only. So I'll just go to my secondary table. I'll go to state. So from state, sorry, I'll have to get into my domain here. So inside my domain, there is something called as a value range here. You see, value range. So this value range is used to specify the fields that can only be entered while maintaining the data. So let me show you that. For example, let's say here I'll give Telangana. I don't need to give any short description. It's optional. You can give if you want to. For example, if I'm maintaining some coded values, let's say if I'm giving TG here and here I am giving Telangana, in that case, you can give a short description. But since I'm writing fixed lengths, you don't need to write. So then after Telangana, I'll write Gujarat, I'll write Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, right, Delhi, right, West Bengal. Okay, so these entries I want to have it in my value range. I'll click on activate now. Right, my domain is now active with all these fixed parameters that I have given here. So if we go to the tmg, I don't think it will be refreshed, but let's see. If it's not refreshed, we'll have to again, yeah, we'll have to delete the tmg and recreate it. So this is a continuous process. We'll have to, there is no other option, we'll have to do it every time. Right, request completed successfully. If I go to my maintenance again, right now you see there is a drop down here. Earlier there was no drop down here. Now system is giving me a drop down, asking me to select it from only this. Okay, so for example, if this Tamil Nadu is different from the Tamil Nadu that is already there in my this one, correct? This is different. I don't have a space here, but I have space here. So if I try to save the data now, see what happens. See, enter a valid value, it says. See, although this is all existing in the system, but since I have added my validation now, it is not allowing me to save the data. So if I change it to this Tamil Nadu and click on enter, see again it gave me an error on West Bengal. Why is West Bengal existing? Uh, it is existing. No? Why is it giving me an error then? Okay, there. So yeah, again same thing here also. I don't have my space. I didn't give my space in my value table. So that is the reason it was giving an error. So let me try to now change this to something else. Even if you want to change this to something else, now you cannot do it because you have a drop down here. You cannot enter manually anything here, right? So if I click on new entry also, see, I can give some employee number, let's say 123. I want to repeat it. It will not allow, but I'll just show you. You Hyderabad here, and from here, see, although I'm trying to enter something from my keyboard, it's not allowing me. So if I'm clicking on D, I'm getting Tamil Nadu. If I'm clicking on something else, see, Telangana I'm getting now. So if I'm clicking on K, Karnataka. If I'm clicking on W, it's coming with West Bengal. So like this, you cannot directly enter any new states. For example, if I want to enter Rajasthan, I'm clicking on R on my keyboard. I mean, you can't see, but if I'm clicking on R also, it's not, nothing is happening. I want to give Rajasthan, but it's not coming up here. That is the reason. That's the use of my value table here. So it will act as a validation tool, but it will give you the records in drop down manner. See, by using check table or foreign key relationship, I was getting it in the this manner, search help manner, right? On a new pop-up manner. But by using the value table, I'm getting a drop down like this. So this is a key difference of between my check table and value table, right? Foreign key relationship to my value table, value range. So check table is directly created on top of the table, whereas your value table is created on top of your domain. Please remember, this is on your table, this is on your domain. Yeah, it's not taking it, that's fine. I don't want to create it. Right, this is how you try to maintain any data in your table. So any doubts till now, guys? Anyone? Okay. Let's see the new topic. What is it? Next topic in this? So we've seen all this. We've covered all these things. I've covered the mandatory fields. I've covered the search help, like the search help that we were seeing right now, right? So this help that you are seeing here, this is called as a search help or F4 help. It's called search help or F4 help. So this is how it comes up. Then table view, we see client dependent and independent tables. Whenever you use mandate, it's client dependent. If you are not using mandate, it's client independent. So in real time, we use mostly client dependent tables. So what is a key field, initial value checkbox, how to create a database table and all we have seen. See the table we have seen SA16 and 16, and we have seen 16 is a older T code, don't use it. Use SA16N. This is a new T code. I'll show you SA16 also how it looks. See, this is how the older T code looks like. This is, but this is how the new T code looks like. Right, this is looking better. You have more options to give here rather than this simple old screen, right? That is the reason people are not using SA16 anymore. You should use 16N. Then check to add input fields. To download the data also we have seen in how like the XLS or HTML and all. Table maintenance in data we have seen. Yeah, maintenance also we have seen from SM30 how to maintain the table, how to change this, how to delete your TMG, delete and recreation of TMGs, table adjustment we have seen from SC14 we can do it, and all these steps are also highlighted here like the T code SC14 and all. Okay, we haven't seen this. I think steps to copy a data dictionary object. So SAP gave us one provision. Uh, it's called as a copy functionality. Let me go to this. Okay. So let's say I want to you came across a requirement wherein there is an existing table. For example, this is my existing table. The employee data one. In this, I'm having 6 fields. Now you got a new requirement that says, see, I have an existing table. This is the existing table. In this, I have 66 fields. Now I want to create a new table. I want a new table in which, with this 6 fields, I want 5 more fields or 10 more fields. I want 10 more fields that to be there in that table, in the new table. So in the In that case, you can reuse this table's data to create new table. How? So once you are into SC11, in the SC11 T code, you see here there is a option of copy, right? Copy. So click on this copy button. So it says from table data one to table. What is the data that you want to? What is the table that you want to create? I'll give it as to table data two. Okay. In from table, I'll give the existing table name. In to table, I'll give the new table name that I want to create. I'll click on OK. This is an information message. It's cool. So now it's asking for a package. Okay, I'll save it in the same package. Save. It's asking for a TR. I'll give the same TR. So it says table was copied from this table to this table. So if I display this table now, see, this is employee employee data too, but all the fields are from my primary table, right? Even the technical settings are copied from my primary table. The enhancement category will also be copied. So everything that was there in my primary table will be copied to my this new table, right? This is the purpose of copying the table. See, TMG is not there because the table is not yet active. It's still in the new status. So we'll have to activate this table. Although it is copied, it will be still in inactive state. So we'll have to activate it. Once it's activated, see now TMG is enabled. Give me 1 minute, guys. Right. Okay. So like this is how you can copy the table, and only after activating the table you can create a table maintenance generator. Give me 1 minute. I'm just getting a call. Yep, sorry for the disturbance. What you call? Yeah, so this is how you copy a data dictionary object. So after copying it, what is the next topic? Delete it. Like okay, for now, like there is an existing table. Now you want to delete it. You've incorrectly created it, or you created it by mistake. Now you want to delete it. So just first step, go to SC11, give your database table name here. I want to create my new copied table. Okay, data to I want to delete. So after giving this, I'll have to click on delete. So it says delete this table. Yes, table was deleted. If I try to display, table does not exist. So check the name. So this is deleted now. This is how you delete a table. Then okay, ignore this point for now. I'll show you what reusing means. But yeah, this is actually an important point that you cannot delete an DDIC object, be it a table or any object, if it's reused in any other object. I'll show you what this reusability is. Custom transaction code to maintain the views. Okay, let me just show you this also then. So, for example, let's say you are working with a very restricted client wherein they are very particular about creating. So not creating, for example, giving access to your end users. Like let's say they are very particular. You have sensitive information in your database because of which their access to these T codes are very limited. So let's say you've created a table. So in order to see the table, either user has to go to SC11, come here, or they'll have to go to SC16N, correct? So, but your project feels like SC16N is a elevated access by using which you can give any table, right? So if I go to SC16N, instead of this table, I can give any table in the system, like any standard table, any custom table in the system, I can give it. I can navigate to that. So your security team or your project team don't want to do that, because of which you will have to create a custom T code for your table only. Okay, for the table that you have created, you will have to create a custom transaction code. Now, how to create that? For example, I want to create a custom transaction code for my this new table that we created today. Okay, Z employee address one. I want to create a custom table for it. So custom T code for it. So the custom T code transaction code is SC93. See, even the T code names are also mentioned in the document. So see, execute the transaction code SC93. All the step by step will be mentioned in this. Yeah, but in addition to this, also give you a notepad in which the primary T codes will be mentioned. Right now here I'll just give my some name to it. So instead of this, I'll give HDR code. Okay, since it's a transaction code, I'll just give Z employee address code. I'll click on create. So here give a short text. T code for employee ADDR data. ADDR means address data. Here you have few options. It says program and time pro, program and selection, etc., etc. So as the time goes by, we'll see what are the different transaction codes. But for now, whenever you are creating any transaction code for a table, you'll have to select this transaction with parameters. Transaction parameters. Yeah, parameter transaction. This you'll have to select. Select the last area button, parameter transaction. This one. Then click on OK. Then you'll end up in this screen which says, so here it's a screen from module pool and all. So we will only give a few things here. For example, I'll give so here name of the screen field, I'll give there is something view name, and so here it's view name. This I'll have to give it as X. So under view name, I'll have to give my table name which I want to edit. So it's there in the document also. Under view name, we'll have to give the table name. Z custom table means the custom table that you created. That name, and update is X. Update means if you want to maintain the data, now you want to change the data. That is the reason update you're giving it as X. So let's go directly. What's it called? Some 30 transaction collector, Okay, I didn't give that. What happened to this? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't give the T code earlier, so it was saying this thing is not there. Yeah, now it will not give us any warning. Right, so here is I've missed the T code. So SM30 is a T code that we want to see, by which we can maintain the data. Correct? You can see the data, you can also maintain the data from SM30. So I'll give SM30, I'll give the view name as this and update as X. So I'll now save it. Right, save is done. Then you can either check or directly execute. If I check it also, see the field, it's fine. Well, if I directly execute it, see, it took me to my initial screen. You can also click skip initial screen here. Okay, I've actually in change mode na somewhere, right? I am in change mode here, so it's not allowing me to go into change again. So I'll just close one session. So I'll just go back. Right, I'll execute this again. Yes. See, it directly took me to my maintenance. Instead of going to SM30, giving my table name, clicking on maintain, it directly took me to maintenance screen. Right? How to reuse this? So this, since this is a custom T code that we've created, this T code can be given from my command bar. Sorry, command field here. This is called as a command field. So here, if I just paste my custom code, this is my custom T code name: Z employee ATDR code. Click on enter. Why is it inconsistent? Yeah, did I miss something? I think there is no space. That's the problem. Right. So now the inconsistency was resolved. So earlier there was a space, so it was not working. Yeah, so I'll go to slash O. I'll get the same T code here. You see slash O, then my T code name. So here it will directly take me to the screen. Right, instead of going to SM30, clicking on giving the table name and maintaining, if I give access to this T code to the user, then they can directly use this T code to maintain the data or to see the data. Yeah, so this is how you normally create a custom T code in SAP. Okay, indexes we'll see tomorrow because this will take longer time. Yeah, we have seen the foreign key relationship, how to create the foreign key relationship and all. We've seen the concept of value table, steps to maintain the value table, and even the differences. You see, it's maintained at table level because from the table you've selected the field, and from there we've created the foreign key relationship. But as value table, we've created from the domain, right? So all the key differences are mentioned here. Then standard tables, I have shown you one standard table, that was BSCG. Yeah, these are some standard tables that are there in the system. So everywhere you see VBAK, VBAP, VBRK. So all these things are related to sales and all. So, but yeah, when we get into actual coding and all, so we'll create queries on these standard tables. Then I'll tell you exactly what are all the tables that are related to SD, MM, etc., etc. So you don't need to remember the table names also. There are just a few primary tables like the main ones that I mentioned here. So if you just remember these also, it's cool, because normally this table information will be with your functional team. They will give you the standard tables names from which the data should be extracted and all. Yeah, that's it. Okay, fine. We've seen the technical properties of the table also. We've seen data class, delivery class, what is master data, transaction data, organization data. So this is what we've given APPL1 in the technical settings here. Where's the technical settings? And this was the technical settings. In this we gave, sorry, this TMG. Yeah, here we gave na APPL1, APPL0 and all. So what is that and all is also mentioned here. So you can see is a transaction table, organization table, index, or size category. So in real time we mostly use 0 as a size category. uh, yeah, that's it. So yeah, this index topic we'll see tomorrow. So we never normally create any index in our custom tables. We never, especially in HANA system, because it's a column store tables, right? So that is the reason we never create any secondary indexes. But yeah, since you might be working in ECC systems also, I'll show you how to create the indexes in ECC systems also. Yeah, so that's all for today, guys. I'm hoping you have completed your registration. If not, we request you to please complete it quickly, because you've seen, like, as days goes by, we'll have to create new objects and all. So once this is completed, na, the index topic is completed, you will get your first assignment. In the first assignment will be your first requirement that you will be developing in the system. So before that, it's better for you to get registered and get your accesses. If you're already registered, just bring your respective mentor with whom you're communicating, they'll get your accesses ready.